Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Rangers Rundown. I am Swiz, here with my co-host and teammate from the 5th 11, Naypay. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good to be back again for another week.
Yeah, always good, mate. It's a bit different now because we are now teammates, so must have had a lot of fun playing with yourself and the old man on the weekend.
Yeah, no, it was a good weekend. It didn't come up 100% healthy out of the game, but that's what you get for coming back and putting your body on the line like an idiot like me.
Yeah, mate. And must have been outside of that, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's always going to happen in cricket. And as you go, as Sando got to find out in the Sixers, not everything goes right when you're playing down in the lower grades, mate.
No, it didn't for sure, but we got the win, and that's all that matters.
Exactly. Hopefully, everybody had a happy Cup day. Not like myself, who backed the winner, but just not as much as I should have. But it's still, I'm sure a few people out there would have had an awesome day. What about yourself, there, Naypay? Any luck with the ponies?
Yeah, no, not a bad day. Got the winner of the cup as well, and then a couple of others, but yeah, probably maybe about 100 up, but yeah, can't complain, I guess.
Beautiful, mate. Talking about events and stuff, so obviously Cup Day's through now, and we move on to our next big event. Do you want to shed some light, because I did see that getting advertised, mate?
Yeah, the casino night on the 6th of December, which we haven't done for a while now, will be good, I reckon. I think it's $20 buy-in as a head, and then obviously I think you lose that or something, then you can buy back in, sort of thing. There'll be real dealers and stuff there, so yeah, it should be a good night for everyone.
Yeah,
Obviously
for sure.
18 and over as well, but
Yeah, I was just
that
getting
might
it
be
up there. $30 a ticket. If you
$30.
if you pre-purchase, 40 at the door. So make sure you get it pre-purchase. You save $10. You get a drink on arrival. And yeah, for somebody who used to work in a casino, I'm expecting it to be a lot more fun than those days when I was sort of grinding on the on the tables and watching other people grind. But it'll be an awesome event. It's been to a couple of these, and they're always good fun.
Yeah, exactly. It should be good.
Yeah, so if you haven't already, and that see, click on it. It's on the members page. It might even be on the general page as well. So yeah, click on that, get your tickets early, and help everybody who's organising the night, because it will be awesome fun. We actually didn't mention up the other day, but you guys did have the what event did we have? We had the I'm trying to think what you guys had the other day.
The other day,
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago now. We
oh,
had
the beer pong.
beer pong, that's what it
Beer
is. And then
pong,
I've
yes,
gone
yeah,
completely blank. Who? I didn't actually ask who ended up winning that night, and how did it go?
yeah. Kernzel and Bolts won after Harry and his, I can't remember who Harry partners was, but Harry blew a 6-1 lead in the granny to lose, and yeah, he hasn't forgotten about it ever since. The boys are still getting stuck into him. So Bolts and Kernzel have been enjoying free dinners for the last couple of weeks, and they will for the rest of the year.
Love that so much. Talking about dinner, mate. After some awesome pizza last week from our sponsors over there at Bubba's, what do we got in line this week, mate?
I actually don't know. I've really thought of anything yet. We'll probably have to get cracking onto it. It's Wednesday night.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
You
I don't
you
know.
think about that, mate, and we'll.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
was
not
like,
sure.
surely I'm not putting you on the spot on a Wednesday night, but I haven't seen the post so
Well,
far, so I'm like, what the hell are we eating tomorrow?
yeah, I know. We haven't really had any discussions in the kitchen this week, so might have to maybe send a message in saying, "Hey, boys, still remember it's Wednesday." But no, we
Yeah,
should be fine. Maybe
cut
toasted sandwiches if we stuff up.
Cup week's thrown everything out, because usually
Yeah,
obviously we down there Tuesday, and it's just like what's the hell going on? And then yeah, just the whole weekend feels weird, but nonetheless we'll kick through. I'm sure you guys will come up with something awesome again. All right,
hopefully.
we'll get into some results, and we'll talk some cricket. Yeah, actually, before we even get into that, I know I've shared this to a few people, but let's talk about this on the actual people who are probably listening to this on Spotify. You're not going to see, maybe put on your camera version and watch a little bit of this footage. But you'll know what I'm talking about here, Nay, with maybe the worst umpiring LBW decision in the history of cricket. I'm going to replay this, but we're having a bit of a laugh about this, and maybe it's something to come with hopefully not with the Box Hill Super Kings playing us this week in the Vets, but I don't know what's worse, mate. The chuck, the pitching outside leg, the hitting outside leg, the absolute trigger figure by the umpire. Do you want to share me some thoughts about this, mate? This decision.
Well, that's how Paney reckons he went out 2 weeks ago in the twos, but from what I've heard, it was hit and middle. That's exactly how Paney described that to me. But no, that's got to be match fixing. I think 100% match fixing, and I would have liked some knowledge about getting on the wicket there.
100%, mate. I was like, I did see that there was some talk about the IPL getting involved with buying the BBL, and I was like, is this going to be things to come here with a bit of the match fixing? Because, geez, that's horrible. And it's funny. I sent that to a couple other mates, and it's funny, like as you said with Faney saying that's how he got out. A couple of mates were like, oh, that's exactly how I got out last week. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you did. So it's amazing how every time you're triggered by one of your teammates, oh mate, that was missing 3 pairs of stumps.
Yeah, can never admit that you're just not good enough to hit the ball.
Yeah, just put your hand up and say, you know what, I'm just not that good. It's just all right, here we go. We're gonna kick off the fifths today because we played in it, so much easier for us to talk about our own game, and then we'll get into everyone else. So, mate, lead us off.
Well, we won the toss and had a bat, and Rupert rocked up late, and then he's come out and opened the batting, and he's got his drink bottles, 4,000 of them, and his bananas, and then he's just decided to chase a wide one for some unknown reason and just schnicked it straight to the keeper. And then Benny Owen stuck around for a while. Him and I batted together for a while. Zake got bowled. It was a pretty good ball, just hit the top of the middle stump there. Tommy Stafford, he got bowled again. It was not another good ball. And then I came in, made a pretty scratchy 32. And then Brad Carville's got run out after doing a hammy, supposedly, but I'm not sure. I don't know how we can describe this, but the run out near run out between him and Dad, when Dad's put his bat into the grass and has got stuck, he's fallen over, somehow tripped Carville up as well, and then they've made an absolute mockery of the run out and not even taken anything off. It was just comical what has happened. But I guess you get that in the lower grades. And then
I was looking through YouTube to try to find anything close to resemble it and couldn't come near it. It was one of those things. I really wish we had Frogbox in the lower grades. Mick, you've just got to maybe 1 week instead of the seconds at home, maybe just lend it out to the fifths or the sixths because far more entertaining footage.
Yeah, no, that was it was something else. And then Wolf just hit a few big boys at the end, got himself to 46 not out. And Adam Kimpton as well batted well at the end. And then we made a total of 7 for 186 off our 36 extras, with the top score there being the extras with 35 wides.
Yeah, always. As you were saying about a couple of those wickets up the top, to credit there to Harry, he was actually bowling some really good outswing. I know you're saying scratchy 32, but I thought that kid was bowling quite well. But the 50 extras, well, we might have annoyed them a little bit when we clapped them when they brought up the 50th. I think you were out umpiring at the time and wondering what the hell was going on.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on, and then some bloke goes, "What are they clapping at?" And then, yeah. I said, I don't know.
Maybe not our finest moment, but it was good. Yeah. I obviously chopped on there for 6, so that was not my sort of day. But outside of that, yeah, as you said, mate, your 32 was still. It was good for you to get some runs back under the belt. And Wolf was awesome at the end, mate. That was one of the bombs that he hit ended up in somebody's their front garden across the road. So.
Still only went 55 metres, but it was still in the front yard. No, but then we had a bowl, myself and Mitchy Clifford opened, and Benny Owen decided I got a schnick to first slip, and Benny Owens decided to drop it second ball of the innings, and I thought, oh, great, how good's cricket? And then,
But you've got a keeper standing right next to him. Get the snick here, mate. Because, geez. So that Ben was telling me, he's like, I've got a big day in first slip. I haven't dropped one this season. It's going to be good in that. And sorry, Benny, but that mate, you were having a stinker in first slip.
Yeah, and then he decided to drop another 3 off me. Oh, another 2 after that off me. And I was, had a good day. But no, and then, Tallison I thought bowled really, really well. Didn't get a wicket, but he bowled really tight. Benny Owen came on and, took the game away from them a little bit, just slowed them up. Adam Kimpton, I thought bowled well as well. Callum Carville, he's going to be a good leggy, I reckon, one day. He just got to believe in himself a little bit more, and he'll be better. And then Wolf taking 4 for on a hat trick as well. Yeah, pretty much won us the game because if he didn't come on, we didn't really look like taking a wicket or taking a catch for that matter. But no, it was a good. And then they finished on 175 after their 36. So it was a good win in the end, and yeah, not too bad of a day.
Yeah, no, exactly, mate. I thought you bowled really well at the top side, and Mitchy Cliff tell. Yeah, it was. I don't think those figures actually tell the real story
No,
there because
no, not at all.
I was actually surprised he went for 5 and over because I thought he bowled awesome. And yeah, and Adam, as you said, hit the gloves really hard. Like I was standing quite. I was the furthest back I was standing all day, and he actually hit.
Yep.
Hit it, and that's no disrespect to you, mate. But yeah, he actually does. He bowls a heavy ball off 3 steps, which is good. As you said, young Callan, your Wolf, mate. What more can you say for the? He didn't want to bowl. He looked stuffed. The back was gone. Comes on, absolutely
I
tears
know.
them a new one. His figures were awesome after 5 overs, or until some guy started popping him for 6s into the next oval. But yeah, as you did say, that boundary was about 30 meters big, so it didn't take much to.
But no, it was good, and yeah, it was good to get away with the win, and yeah, hopefully those boys can keep building for the rest of the year.
100%. So no, it's looking good for them in the fifth. I think that puts them. I should have. Yeah, I can get the ladder up here. So that puts them. They've actually just slopped back to fifth because one of the results went in. They were in the 4 the other night, but they're playing Warrenwood. So big game here that they can actually move up into the top 4. So good luck to them this week. And that game should be up at the high school by memory. Let's have a look here, because the Sixers are playing away. So yeah, it is Warrenwood at the high school, and they've got a 1-day game this week. So good luck to the lads there. All right. Well, we didn't have any women's. We didn't have the 6-11, so we'll move up to the top. We'll go up to the first 11. Unfortunately, it wasn't the greatest result from the ones this week. They were playing St Andrews. It was looking pretty decent with the ball. Early on, they had a few partnerships going, but it looked like we were just consistently taking some wickets. It was good to see Aston Buffy taking a couple of wickets there. We'll put up his LBW. So, coming up and doing a job. We'll walk through this. Jack loves that. Love the celebration, Jack. Straight over there. Right onto the young fella. And that's what we want. Obviously, we don't. It's just as good as the Blythes and Rory have been bowling every week. It's good to see a couple other people standing up and taking some important wickets for us. So yeah, I thought 165. They bowled them out before they're obviously quite allotted overs. Joe's taken 4 for 35. We've got Jack's taken 3 for 16, and Aston Buffy's taken 2 for 7. So, I think they would have been reasonably happy to keep them at 165. Unfortunately, from the batting point of view, a bit of a slow start up there. Jack getting out for a duck early's hurt. And then Zach, after he's done the hard work, has got out for 11 stumped. We've had the partnership again, Blake and Rory, who have been pretty well our mainstays in that middle order so far this season. But as they've got going, unfortunately, both have fallen, and it's put a bit of pressure on until sort of Joe and Matty Lowe have hit a few at the end. But we've batted our 40 overs and fallen 9 runs short. So I think the boys will be very disappointed with that, especially because they've had moments in that game, but just unfortunately couldn't get it done.
Yeah, no, disappointing from the boys, as they said on Saturday night. They were pretty down, but yeah, what can you do? You can only really move forward from that, can't you?
Yeah, so it's they'll regroup and put it together, but it's obviously put them in the lower end of the ladder now, so they need a massive couple of weeks to rebound from that. We know they're obviously good enough to do it, and I'm sure the performances will come. So 1 day around again, so it's North Ringwood at home this week for the ones. We'll move on to the seconds, mate. I'll leave you over to this one.
So the seconds had a massive win against Kilsyth. Obviously, we played Kilsyth last year in the grade above, and they got relegated. And then, obviously, we got asked if we wanted to go down, and we took the advantage. and said, yeah, might as well. So we've played them before. Painey at the top, 18 off 24, and then Mick, the Prez, as he's done pretty much every week this year, 82 off 90. Then Harry Lowe, the big bombs in the one days, batting at 3 this year, 29.
Well, I'm
And
just
then,
going to stop you there, Naypay, because I want to talk about Harry Lowe's dismissal here. Now, this is something that
no.
needs to be brought up, and this is not against Harry, because he's absolutely carving up here. He's just belted the guy for another boundary. And for those who are watching along at home, maybe even get the bigger screen up at this. But have a look at square leg here. So we're about to see the bowler's going back to the mark. Square leg's going to come into the picture. As it's Harry's absolutely killing these at the moment. And we're going to get it here. So we'll see square leg. He's going to move across. And the bowler's going to just start charging in. And we'll see the square leg. There's a big build up here. But he just starts moving along.
Oh,
Yeah. And then bang, the catch that he takes.
oh. He probably would have taken the catch where he was standing.
Probably would have taken it on his chest. However, you just don't know. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting when I was watching that back going, and what is going on here with the fielder and that? Like, yeah, so probably unlucky there, mate, in a way, because you were absolutely killing it. And then all of a sudden we're watching this fielder move from mid-wicket to square leg while the bowler was running in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's completely illegal, but doesn't really matter.
It's in the book now, unfortunately. So
no, with
all right, I'll let you continue there, mate.
And then just a few starts, I guess. Not really anything else to talk about. Leclerc, 15. And then Tanner run a ball 8, I guess, at the end there. And then we batted our 40 overs for 210. And then on to the bowling. It looks like we just took wickets pretty early. Harry Lowe got a good run out. He showed me about 5 times on Saturday night after the bloke who he got out was giving him a bit of lip in the while he was batting. So Harry got him back.
We'll see if it gets up on here. The celebration to go with it. Oh, he's just run past your teammates. He's off.
And then obviously, Woodrow taking 3 for 18, Angus Younger taking 2 for 35, and Harry Lowe with 2 for 14 off 5 to cap off a good game for him. So, impressive win by the Twos, and their season's well and truly on track.
Yeah, no, looking good. The Prez probably unlucky, but actually did the unselfish thing. He was trying to continue to lift the run rate, and definitely could have batted till his 100 there, but very, very selfless. And I'm not going to show the way he got out, but it definitely was trying to do the team stuff and puts them in the top 4. So yeah, good position for the seconds to continue to launch from there, and they should be playing away this week and one day against Eastfield. So. Hopefully the boys can continue that momentum. All right, we'll move on to
this is positive. Just hoping this is positive for Steve-O's sake, the threes.
Hey, I'm going to let you do the thirds. I'll do the fourths because I know your Steve-O's team's all about you, mate.
Oh, Steve-O.
Oh, yes.
Oh, so the third 11, I got no idea if we batted first or bowled, but no.
I'm going to say we bowled.
We bowled first, and they've made 6 for 201 off 40.
I was trying to see if we won the toss or not, but
it says it says on this one on the phone that I'm looking at here, Wonga Park won the toss and chose to bat.
Okay, so that's out of your hands, Steve. Maybe the way you flipped the coin, but we can't be too harsh there.
He should have called whatever it landed on. He should have called the opposite. It's an away game. He should have called the right one.
No, this is a home game. So he would have been flipping the coin. Yeah. So we can't be harsh there.
That's on you, Steve-O. It might have been the wind or something like that. But Toby Waugh opening up 1 for 46 off 7. Rose Schultes 1 for 16 with 2 maidens. And Steve-O, the skipper, the fearless skipper, 2 for 38. And Eamon Costello, who came in, who is a club legend, none for 27 off 6. And then Lockie Tawney taking 1 for 22. And they've finished up on 201 off their 40. And then we've come out.
I'm just before you move on to the batting there, mate. I'm just going to make a note there. Toby might want to get the markers out at training this week, mate. 6 no balls.
6 no balls.
Hopefully that's just a 5, and it hasn't just been an all-day overstepping thing. But
Oh my god!
bit
I hope
brutal
one of
there,
them's a
sorry,
dirt
mate.
ball,
But
so he spins the wheel.
and if that is 6 front foot no balls, that's spin the wheel worthy.
Yeah, that's just quit cricket, I think. But no, the third 11, they batted. Oh, they didn't use the iPad, so you can't really tell how many balls. But the openers obviously only 9 and 4, and then 2, and then Eamon with 28, Owen Brown with 42 not out. And yeah, just disappointing really from the threes there with their batting. A few starts and stuff like that, but nothing really got going. Just losing consistent wickets, and then batting at at least they batted out the 40 overs, I guess, for 145. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have to have a chat with Steve-O if I see him at the T20 tonight or tomorrow night, and just say, hey mate, I think I don't know what we need to do, but we need to do something, Steve-O, and we need to do it quick, I think. And I love Steve-O, but I reckon we've got to get his son in there. We've got to get his son in there and just start playing him. He's a far better cricketer than Steve-O, but
my suggestion to him was we just all move one grade up. So the 4th become the 3rds, 5th become the 4ths, and then the 3rds just become the 6ths. And that, and I don't know if he took that so well when I chatted to him about it the other night, but you know.
No, obviously that grade is pretty young at the moment, and it is hard for Steve-O to, be consistently competitive the whole time with a team that's chopping and changing and stuff like that. But he's doing a good job, and he's trying his best, and he's definitely dedicated to the job. So as much as we take the piss out of him because he loves it, it's a hard gig being the third 11 captain. People that are trying to play, ones or twos cricket, and some that are old like Rowan and Mossy. So yeah, no, it's a hard one to mix, but no, he's doing a good job.
I'm going to get into Rowe because he turned down our invitation to come on the podcast. That's poor form, mate. So that's the second person that's turned me down in the last week. So I'm gonna have to maybe go hunt some other players. But you would think these maybe when they start winning, you might want to jump on. But yeah, no, you're right. So they're hang tough thirds. You've got the wins will the results will turn around. And as you said, there are a lot of young players in there, and you'll start taking, once you start building that, I guess they're building the performances together, and you get to know each other as you're more and more playing cricket. It's always hard, as you said, chopping and changing and stuff. But some of those young guys, you build that teamwork, and you see that with the 4ths and the 5ths who are probably more got those consistent sides, and that's probably why they're getting the results. And talking about the 4ths, they played against North Springwood away. Obviously had an out this week with Chepper sitting out for his big 300th coming up. It's resting up to get his body right for that. They've batted first. Nath 15 up the top. Nick Grace is just in ripping form at the moment, 76 of 71, absolutely destroying them. Jace Boyd apparently went to the skip and said, hey, mate, I'm wasted in the middle order here. You need to get me up. And he delivered with a nice 41. So well done there to Boydie. Mitch Kleeman didn't get going this week. Tux with 12. It's probably, I think by this stage, there weren't many overs left. So probably was trying to just keep the run rate going, but got to a very competitive 194 off their 36 overs. And that was always going to probably be too much for North Ringwood. They had some starts at the top, but the star of the show there in that middle order, friend of the podcast, former guest of the podcast, Sando, just absolutely ripped through. And he was trying to downplay it. He was saying, oh, mate, they're a bunch of kids, but I've heard otherwise. So really well bowled, mate. 5 for 27 off your 6 overs, and well supported throughout. James Duke with his 1 for 26. Luke Griffin, 1 for 12. Even Boydie getting on again, 1 for 3. So the only thing I have missed here, which does need talking about, is with the batting. After Tux, we had Eddie Malin come in and make a diamond duck. Have you heard anything more about that? Because
I did say to Eddie on Saturday night. I said, "Oh, you'll be spinning the wheel Thursday, mate, for a diamond." He said it was 110% Tux's fault, and Tux has burnt me, and I don't want to hear anything else about it. So we might have to get both of them to spin the wheel there, and obviously Gracie. Maybe that's what Steve-O needs. He needs a Gracie. Get Gracie in there. That'd be good. He's obviously been making a few runs, so he's obviously got the confidence up. So get him in there, I reckon.
Yeah,
But,
no,
yeah, good
for
win.
sure. So, mate, that fourth team is flying at the moment, and they've got a Churnside Park coming up this week at home. But more importantly, with that, let's just have a look at the ladder, and they are top of the ladder. They're actually Churnside's in second. So, not only if they were to beat Churnside, they would be a big win, but to go that game clear of, well, they're already a game, so 2 games clear of second would be huge. So, really well done to the fourth 11 there.
Yeah, unreal skippering by Dave Tucker. He's been good this year.
Yeah, mate. He's up and about. You see him on a Saturday night. Very, very happy with the boys' work. So good on them. We'll touch on the juniors quickly. So the 14s, and I'll let you round up the 12s. Looks like they played Kudong Heights, which I believe is a team that's come over maybe from Box Hill Reporter. I could be wrong on that, but I know we obviously don't play them in the RDCA in the seniors, but we've made 4 for 140. Charlie Bellingham's got 36. Lockie Tawney with 36. And then a few of the other runs shared Xavier and Callum to get us up to that 140 off their 25 overs. So good stuff there. And then we've got from the bowling side of things, shared again, but they've obviously done a very tidy job. Just really more the buys. If anything, the wides and the no balls were quite limited. Maybe a couple of these guys need to get a game for our Heatherdale, because keeping on one side of the pitch. But some tidy bowling in that middle there. Charlie Bellingham, none for 3 off his two overs. Xavier Payne picking up a wicket, so with Callum, Benjamin, Luca, and then Lockie Tawney 2 for 10 off his 3, and also Oscar Bannister with 1 for 5. So really well shared performance, really good bowling performance by the 14s, and they're playing some really good cricket. A big shout out to Charlie Bellingham. What I've been told is that there was a catch given that he took, which actually he turned around and said, "I'm not 100% sure on it," and told them to call the batsman back. So from a sportsman point of view, I'm sure there's a few of our other players thinking, just send him off. But no, that's an awesome effort by Charlie to sit there and have that respect and say, no, I'm not confident. We'll bring him back and we'll just get him out another way. So huge shout out there to Charlie for that sort of sportsmanship.
Yeah, awesome from him. And then the under 12s.
I'll just put up the ladder there, mate. So they're sitting second of the ladder at the moment. So well done to the under 14s who are flying. And in regards, if you want to get down and support them, their game this week will be a round 5 matchup. It's actually at Norwood. So if you're travelling from the Ringwood direction, and that may be popping on the way, and check out how the young fellas are going. All right, under 12s, mate. This is your spot.
Yeah, so we went out to Wandon on Friday night, and obviously had a few boys a little bit late, or rocking up, 5 minutes before the game, just because we were in Wandon a little bit further away. But we won the toss and decided to have a bat, which we hadn't done first all year. And one of our openers, Oscar, wasn't there due to the passing of his grandma, so we send our condolences out to him. But we opened with Benji, who normally keeps for us, and then bats a little bit down the order because he's cooked from keeping. So I decided to open him up first up here. And yeah, he just wanted to get bat on ball and everything. And he said to me that he played a silly shot and got caught. James, 1 off 8. And then Riley Stevo Jr. just played a silly shot, and he came off and told me straight away that it was a silly shot. So, proud of the boys for coming off and saying that they've done something wrong instead of making excuses. And then Xavier Payne batted really well for 17 off 7.
How's that strike rate, mate? He's just come in. He's had 2 dot balls. He's hit a single, and then he's hit 4 fours.
Unbelievable. He was just smoking them everywhere. And then Archer Fleming, 13 off 22. Larson, again, just every week he comes down. I bat him at 7. And yeah, just 33 off 27, just batted ridiculously well. Didn't try and hit every ball for 4. He he constructed most of his innings by 1s and 2s. And then Luca from the 14s. And then Hugo 12 off 20. This kid hates batting, and he said, "Oh, do you reckon I'll get a bat this week?" And I said, "Absolutely, you will, mate." He goes, "Oh, I don't really want to," and he's hit 12 off 20, which is unreal. And then Braxton's been run out in probably the worst. We're talking about sportsmanship, and there's no frog box or anything, but he's been hitting the thigh and gone down to grab it, and the wicketkeeper about 25 seconds later has decided to run him out because he was outside of his crease, and I just said, "Oh, whatever, just I don't know." And then we had a bowl, and Xavier Payne opened himself up and bowled not great, as his dad was saying, 22 off his 2 overs. And they were absolutely cruising at that point. I'm like, oh, no. And then the boys bowled really, really well and held them back to 6 for 90 off their 23 overs. So we go to 3-0 with Larson taking 2 for 23 off his 3, and Hugo 1 for 7 off his 3. The boys just fought back really well, and their fielding and bowling was exceptional. And so we moved to 3-0.
Yeah, so home this Friday night against East Ringwood. That should, looking at the ladder there, we are sitting on top. East Ringwood is sitting on 3rd, so big game for the young fellas there, but mate doing an awesome job with those young under 12s. And our second 11 for the under 12s, we played against Templeton this week, and looks like
they didn't actually.
Oh, did they not play?
No, they didn't play actually.
Oh, okay, easy done.
Yeah, no, they didn't play. I remember talking to Mitch about it. He was very, very shocked that we had a game.
and you guys, bizarre. Okay, fair enough. That's how how it goes. Talking about the wheel, we've done a little bit of talk about the wheel. Now, there's a couple of guys who've been ducking out a little bit early to make sure they don't get it to spin. That's not what we're about, guys. It's a bit of fun. No. We like a bit of a laugh. Especially now that we've come across our table here at the Rangers Rundown, that we might have one of our players who has decided to put his hand up and is doing a, let's say, filling in for Santa Claus down at one of the shopping centres, Fountain Gate Shopping Centre. So one of the punishments that will be added to the wheel is to be going down to Fountain Gate and getting a photo with said person. Thank you to your efforts down there at Fountain Gate, Benny Owen. Built for Father Christmas. It'd be interesting to see if people are willing to chop up the fine for that, or just willing to go down and sit on Ben's lap and get a nice family photo with him for Christmas.
I might just go down for free. I might throw some things at him, see if he catches them after the weekend. But no,
I did actually hear the session for dogs that you can take down too. So,
really?
I'm thinking maybe do I take my little Max the Cavoodle down and get a photo with Ben for Christmas?
Yes, no, we should get a few people down there and just wait in front of all the families and just annoy Benny.
Maybe we'll have to ask him, does he get to keep the suit, or does he, what's the dealio? Because maybe it might be part of we might have to have him on maybe just as a Thursday night punishment down there for people, get a photo of Bennett after training or something.
Yeah, I wonder how that's come about, how he's volunteered to be the Santa down there. Do you reckon it's an audition job, or it's just,
well, maybe he's an outstanding servant, so I'm like, I can't say it's community service. So because he does a wonderful job with the community. So just probably maybe looking for another mention in Parliament and that. And
maybe.
So keeps putting his hand up and doing some awesome stuff. But awesome stuff won't get you into the team of the week this week, mate, unfortunately, especially if you're putting down a co-host's wicket. So we will have a little look at that. So the Prez, again, I think he's been in every week so far, so he's absolutely flying with his 82. Nicky Grace opening the batting. You wouldn't mind that as a combo, opening the batting for you each week. Jace Boyd with his 41 not out and one for 3. That's Blake Smith, 41. And also, we've included the T20 this week with a few games not going ahead. Obviously, no sixes, no women's, only a couple of the junior games. So 41 and 59. So awesome there. Harrison Lowe, 29. Unlucky, as we saw with the batting, plus 2 for 14. Jack Blythe, 3 for 17 and 4 for 10. And he's bowling that T20 game was absolutely ridiculous. So really well done to him. As I'm just sort of fixing something up in here. And we've got and Owen Brown, who also was in for the keeping this week. Looks like 42 not out and 3 catches. And then moving down to the second half of the order, a couple of juniors have put their hand up to be in this week. So Larson, as you've been saying, been absolutely killing it for the under 12s, 33 not out and 2 for 23. So really great efforts there, Larson. The Wolfman, 46 not out and 4 for 36. He might have actually made a couple of appearances already in the team of the week, but single-handedly destroyed them in the fifths. Joe Blythe, 17 not out, 4 for 35. Sando with his 5 for 27. And Charlie Bellingham, not just only the 36 not out, but for some unreal sportsmanship in the under 14s, definitely deserves his place in this team. So well done to all those guys. Bit unlucky there, Naypay, but if you had some fielders around you, you probably would have got in.
Yeah, no, stiff. 4 for and 32 would have looked a little bit better than 1 for and 32. But no, probably should have just not missed the straight one and gone on with it. But that's what you get, I guess. So yeah.
How keen do you think the old man was to make a point of outscoring you once you got out for the 32?
Oh, I just knew straight away. That's why I was so angry when I went into the change rooms and he's in there and I'm, should have gone to bloody Derby Day. I don't know why I'm playing this sport, but yeah, no, when you miss a ball that's going about 50 kilometers an hour, it's frustrating, but what do you do, I guess? You can only play what's in front of you.
It was 26 more than me for the guy bowling about the same pace, so it's but it happens. Oh, that's cricket, ain't it?
It does happen.
We move on to the next week and we just do it all again because we love it, apparently.
Exactly. We're just a sucker for punishment, apparently.
We are. Well, hopefully the boys do well tonight in the T20. We'll get this out there, and it should be hopefully another big week. Hopefully the weather's our friend. We do also have the women's back this week on Sunday at home, and we do have the vets playing at home as well. So if for whatever reason you've got some free time on Sunday, or you're nursing a hangover or whatever, get down and support the lads and the ladies on Sunday. It should be a good day for Saturday and Sunday down at Shilcock.
Yeah, it'd be unreal. I'll definitely be popping down, big double header, and hopefully get a few other people down and make a day of it.
Sounds good, mate. All right, well, that's the Rangers rundown for this week, and we'll catch you soon.